Hi, welcome back to another tier list video. I haven't done one of these in a little while. Today's tier list, if you've seen the thumbnail and the title of the video, you probably know, but Avengers Doomsday cast tier list. Now, up to this point, I'm just going to include everyone we know who is confirmed for this movie, so we'll include like Captain America and Love. Let's start it out with, a weird one, Bob. I'm going to put Bob in B, just because I don't think he's going to have anything unique to do in the movie, but I am excited to see him back. He was my favorite character coming out of Thunderbolts. I absolutely think Lewis Palming does a great job with the character. If they bring back Sentry, it will be even better to see him back. But other than that, I don't think he'll have as much to do in this, but I am excited to see him back on the big screen again. Now, who's next? Another weird one, a tumor. Let's just be honest, F. He added nothing to Wakanda Forever. He's going to do absolutely nothing in this movie. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they just killed him off straight away. So, let's leave him there. And then we got Human Torch. Now, as much as I did like the Fantastic Four, I don't think Human Torch deserves any better than a B. Because as much as I loved the Fantastic Four, Human Torch was my favorite character coming out of the Fantastic Four. I don't think he'll add anything. They really needed to build up the relationships between the Fantastic Four into another movie at least, to actually get me to start caring about these characters more. Although, can't wait to see more Fantastic Four. Think that the Human Torch won't do much in this movie and will ultimately just get pushed to the sidelines, like most of the characters in this movie. Alright, next up we got our first, I'll just be honest, S tier character. Let's just go. Cyclops. Cyclops has to be like the most excited I am to see any character return out of the X-Men. And if we get more of that from what we saw in the trailer, oh my gosh, I just can't wait. Marvel knows we have been wanting more X-Men in recent years, and they've finally delivered a comic accurate X-Men team. Although Mystique and Magneto are weird to add onto the team, I can't wait to see James Marsden back as Cyclops and in an actual yellow and blue costume. Dr. Doom. This might be a bit weird, but I'm just going to chuck him in A. Although Robert Downey Jr.'s casting was very weird, and if this tier list was made like 2 years ago, I would have probably put him in C at best. But I've gone over the casting recently. I can't wait to see what Robert Downey Jr. does with the character. If they give him a nanotech mask, I don't know what I'll do yet, but I will do something. Nanotech suits should be completely removed from the next saga. Hopefully this will be a screen-accurate Doctor Doom adaptation, because we have never gotten one of those before. The closest we got was in like that unreleased Fantastic Four movie back in the 90s, but even then, like, that wasn't even released. Dr. Doom often tops most charts in best Marvel villains, so there has to be a reason for why they're using him here. Although build-up would have been nice before this, but they did what they did. Next up is another Fantastic Four member, Invisible Woman. I don't know, she's in between C and B for me. Let's just go B, just because I don't want to get any hate from Invisible Woman, because she was overpowered in the last movie and I loved it. I think ultimately Invisible Woman is a character that I think deserves way better than what she did get in the recent years. So giving her the title spot in Fantastic Four first step was amazing to see. I do think they need to develop her a bit more over time, but for now, I'm happy with the casting we got, and I'm sure that since Dr. Doom has interacted with Franklin Richards, she will have a personal stakes in the movie, and she will be wanting to get her baby back. And we saw what she did last time someone tried to take her baby, so Dr. Doom, watch out. Next up, we have a kid in the movie, Love. I just gotta put her at C. I'm pretty sure she's gonna be used as a tool in the movie. She's gonna be taken. If you've seen one of my Doomsday videos, you'll know I think that all the children of the heroes will be taken from different universes and will be used to help Dr. Doom create a new universe. Hopefully Love will get a bit more development. She's the only character that we've seen actually get any development, technically speaking, in the movies. Last time we saw her was in 2022, so the actor's definitely grown up. I definitely hope that she does a bit more than other characters in this movie, considering that one of them is a baby, one of them is a toddler, and she's like the only preteen in the movie. Next up we got Beast. Honestly, I think Beast is B tier, behind Bob and in front of Human Torch. Ultimately, because Kelsey Grammer is one of my favorite castings in the original X-Men films. I am not as excited to see the CGI version of his Beast, but I definitely understand why it's going to be CGI from now on, because it's just easier than getting a full makeup and all prosthetics on an actor who has to wear it all day. I hope they give him a good amount of screen time. If this is following up from the post-credit scene, which is why I included the picture of the post-credit scene here, I hope it looks as good as it was in the post-credit scene, but with a bit more touch-up. So, yeah, Beast. I don't know what else you can say besides Kelsey Grammer is amazing in the Beast role. Nicholas Hoult had nothing on him, and can't wait to see him in here. Loki's up next, and I just gotta put him in top of A. The reason why he's not S, which he would have been, if his finale of his TV show wasn't so, spectacular. His finale in the TV show was a perfect ending point for the character, and I just don't understand why they're bringing him back unless if he somehow fits into the story in some meaningful way. But Tom Hiddleston will hopefully deliver as amazing a performance as he did in the Loki show. Yeah, I think he would have been better off just being left at the end of time, and that's just his final point. I'm only a couple of characters into this. Out of 31 characters, I've only done 9. And I'm not even halfway there and I feel like I'm losing my voice, mate. Next up is Professor X. I'm sure you guys are expecting me to put him up here or here. But I'm sorry, I gotta put him in D. Patrick Stewart is amazing in the role. I can't wait to see him back. Especially with Ian McClellan. Cannon? He was brought back in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. I don't want to see him brought back again, especially after the poor way they killed him off. As much as I do think he belongs down here, I'm going to actually put... Okay, move out of the way, love. I'm going to put him in C, top of C, just because Patrick Stewart boosts him up. But I'm still not excited to see him come back. Professor X is one of the more boring characters from the original X-Men movies. He didn't get as much nuance as he did in the later movies, despite how bad they were. They did give him a couple of flaws in the character. But I wouldn't be surprised if he was killed off in the first 5 minutes. So, here's the thing. And we're going to put him behind Professor X. The Thing is absolutely my favorite Fantastic Four member out of every adaptation, but he just didn't get to do as much as he should have in Fantastic Four First Steps. Every adaptation focuses on him. I think they just wanted to kind of focus on every other member for a change, which was fine for me, but it just didn't give me enough time to stick with this thing. Geez, they really chose a bad name for the Thing. But by what we saw in the trailer, I assume that he's going to be the first one meeting the Wakandans. I just am not as excited to see him as I am for Human Torch and Invisible Woman. Next up, Ant-Man. Ant-Man's probably going to go, I just got to put him in A. I really like Paul Rudd's Ant-Man, and I think this might be one of his final movies. I think ultimately Paul Rudd is what held Ant-Man together for me, because his character was never as good as it should have been. 3 movies, he had 2 pretty bad ones. Hopefully this is his ending as a character. I can't wait to see what Paul Rudd does in this movie, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's the one to make the self-sacrifice at the end. Magneto. Why not? Let's honestly just put him in A. Because Ian McClellan, Magneto, let's be honest, just Ian McClellan, I'm probably saying his name wrong, but Ian McClellan is just outright one of the best castings. Besides Michael Fassbender, I'm excited to see him come back. What I saw in the trailer, he's going to be old, like Professor X. I wouldn't be surprised if they just killed him off straight up. Like Professor X, I don't know how they would kill him off in a way that wasn't just disrespectful for his character. But Magneto, I wouldn't be surprised if they killed him off with him controlling a couple of Doom bots. I think that's the way for him to go. The new Falcon. Sorry, new Falcon, but you're just in D. Not because I don't like the character, but just because he hasn't gotten any development besides he's Sam Wilson's sidekick. I don't dislike him as a character, just I don't know what they will do with him in this film. Besides him just being Sam Wilson's sidekick, he's kind of boring as a character. I'm excited to see what they could do with him in the future, but let's be honest, he's not going to get enough screen time in this movie for me to actually get attached to him, so in D he goes. M'Baku. I'm going to put him in top of B. It might be a bit weird to put M'Baku in top of B, but I'm excited to see him. I can't wait to see him leading Wakanda. My only gripe with him in coming into this movie is, since he became King of Wakanda, we haven't seen him in any projects. He would have been so much more better if we saw a bit more of a Wakandan focus in one of the movies, where we got to see his leadership style, so that we could bring him in here and he could develop a bit more with his leadership styles, coming into contact with characters like Cyclops, Captain America, Reed Richards. That would have been much better for his character, but I am excited to see him back. I think M'Baku might honestly be my favorite Wakandan out of the entire MCU, just because he's funny, but he also has great moments in the MCU that actually pull on the heart. So I hope they don't kill him off in this, but if they want to bring back T'Challa, killing off M'Baku in this film wouldn't be as if they killed off someone like the Thing. Next up is Namor. Top of D. It's not that I don't like the character. I mean, I also don't love the character, but he didn't do anything in Black Panther Wakanda Forever to develop the character. Like I said, would have been better if we got a Wakandan movie or TV show in between Wakanda Forever and Doomsday, where we got to see the development between the two nations. I think Namor might be one of the only characters that him being in this movie is very weird for me, because he's not a hero, he's not a villain, he's just gonna be there. I'm not really even excited to see him in this film. Out of every other character in this film, I'm excited to see them or see what their interactions is with other characters, but Namor, like, let's be honest, everyone knows that he and Invisible Woman had a thing in the comics, but I'm not even excited to see that in the movies. But I know one person who won't be happy about that relationship, Reed Richards. Yeah, you guys are probably going to hate me for this, but end of C. Yet again, not that I don't like Reed Richards, but Pedro Pascal's portrayal didn't do enough for me to actually make me feel like he's a good character. I also don't think he got enough development in his movie to actually warrant him being higher than what he is in here. He's fine overall. I'm just not excited to see him back. Him and Doctor Doom should be the reasons why I want to come into this movie, but they got no interactions. Like, the most that we know is their interactions is that they might have gone to the same college, but we don't even know that for sure. We don't even know if Doctor Doom's from the same universe as him. Hopefully they do something better with Reed Richards down the line. I didn't hate him in Fantastic Four, but he was ultimately, I think, the weakest portrayal of the character in the movie. Next up is Sam Wilson's Captain America. I'm going to put him in S, just don't know whether to put him in front of Doctor Doom, actually behind Doctor Doom. Sam Wilson Captain America was fine. He didn't do anything really special in the actual movies. I think the best thing about his character was his portrayal of being a black Captain America, but even then, I don't think you can do much with him in here. I'm excited to see him lead the Avengers, but they haven't shown enough of his leadership styles in these movies to actually make me think that he can lead the Avengers. If they do something cool with him, then maybe I might flip my feelings over him, but I think the only thing that really puts him in A is that he's going to be leading an Avengers team, and that is something that we have been waiting since he was first given the shield. And now we have a Thunderbolt, the Red Guardian. C or D, where do we put him? C. Let's just outright put him in C. I'm excited to see him interact with some characters, especially like M'Baku. I feel like they have similar vibes. I feel like I say this about every character. He's not going to get to do much in the movie. This is an ensemble movie with over 30 characters. What do you expect him to do? But Red Guardian is mainly going to be there for comic relief. I wouldn't be surprised if they ditched him at some point in the film because the movie will get overcrowded. Overall, David Harbour's portrayal of the character is great, and I think he'll nail some more emotional moments if they ended up making Yelena a main character in the film. Thor. Let's just be honest, Thor deserves an S tier just for making it this far in the MCU. Come back in Avengers Doomsday as himself, not even a recast. I think he has a more likelihood of dying in the film, but him seeing his daughter in the film will give him a bit more of an emotional attachment in the film to actually warrant him having an arc going through. And the Russo brothers have my favorite portrayal of Thor in a movie with Avengers Infinity War, so I'm excited to see what they can do with him in here. Namora. I'm going to put her in F. Like I said in my Avengers Doomsday Who Will Die video, you might know Atuma and Amora as buff Atlantean and girl Atlantean. She won't do anything in the film besides possibly dying, but there's just nothing to warrant me putting her any higher, so F she goes. Shuri. Shuri is the new Black Panther, so I don't want to put her in D, but she doesn't deserve to be any higher than C. I would have put her higher if we got more development of her character since 2022, but it's been 4 years. I don't really care what she's been doing for Wakanda. Overall, I don't think she deserves to even really be in the film. She didn't do anything. That might just be a minor gripe with the character, so hopefully you guys feel differently, but I would have preferred to see her be Black Panther in a solo film again before seeing her in here, like I would have for a bunch of these characters, to see them have another couple of movies to actually get me invested with their development. But Shuri, I liked her in Wakanda Forever. Hope she does something cool in this movie, but overall, just not excited to see her again. The character I am really excited to see is Nightcrawler. Alan Cumming, Nightcrawler, oh my gosh, you can't name a better X-Men. Nightcrawler, especially in X-Men 97, which I know this isn't the same character, but X-Men 97 really made me fall in love with Nightcrawler. I can't wait to see him back on the big screen. Hopefully he gets put into a good costume other than just like a trench coat this time. And Alan Cumming, coming back as Nightcrawler. What more could you ask for? Remy LeBeau, Gambit. See, with Gambit, I actually quite liked him. I don't think he needed much development in Deadpool and Wolverine. He just showed up and you just instantly fell in love with him. I think Channing Tatum's portrayal of Gambit is amazing. Hopefully they tone down the silliness of the character in this film instead of just a comedic relief. And not that I want Channing Tatum to play Gambit in like a future film, because I think Gambit should be way younger in a future X-Men film, but I can't wait to see Channing Tatum actually suit up with the X-Men along with Fantastic Four, Thunderbolts, Avengers, because he deserves it after trying to get his movie made for so many years. Next up is Ghost. Ooh, where do we put Ghost? Where do I think I'm going to put the forgettable villain in Ant-Man and the Wasp? Top of D. She's overall fine as a character. Her in the Thunderbolts was pretty good, but I just don't think she's going to deserve more than just a couple of lines. She's just going to stand in the background like a ghost. Yeah, but I don't know what else you can do from here, honestly. She's D-tier character out of the whole MCU, so I assume that even with a bigger cast, she'll add nothing to this film. Shang-Chi. Now, if he had his sequel, he would have probably been up here, but he's C. Because since he didn't have his film, I don't really care what he's been up to. They haven't built him up with enough hype recently, so I'm assuming that he's just been up to really nothing interesting, so I don't want to see him in this film. Why did Sam Wilson recruit him? He's only defeated like one villain that no one knows about, so why should he be in this film? If they gave him his sequel, sure. Overall, the actor deserved better, the character deserved better, and this whole franchise deserved better in recent years. So, he's C. Mystique, F. I never really liked Mystique. She's always been just the sidekick to Magneto, so if she got killed off in this film, I would actually be kind of fine with it. Mystique just added nothing to the original X-Men films. She'll probably add nothing here, and I don't know why they're bringing her back. There's no reason for her to be here. She won't serve any purpose in the story besides just filling out the X-Men roster. I would kind of be happy if they didn't use Mystique in the future X-Men movies. Steve Rogers, Captain America. He's going to be placed in B, I just can't help it. Chris Evans has the best Captain America I've ever seen, and unlike Robert Downey Jr., his character coming back was open-ended. He could have come back in that final bit after Avengers Endgame. Sure, I think we were all expecting old Steve Rogers, but him coming back as the younger Captain America will be good as well. I'm excited to see his relationship as a father, because I think that's a development that the character actually deserves. Excited to see him join forces with Sam Wilson again, and especially with Sam Wilson being Captain America. I think he's going to be out of the returning cast, a character that I think will have as much to do as someone like Cyclops in this film. I might be wrong, but hey, I'm really excited to see him back. Now, surprisingly, the last three characters are all Thunderbolts characters. John F. Walker, US agent. Think he goes there in C, behind the Thing. He's overall fine as a character. I actually think he was great in Thunderbolts and Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but I'm just assuming that he's going to be used for muscle in the film. I can't wait to see him back though and interact with someone like Chris Evans, Captain America, the man who he took the shield from. Him joining back up with Sam Wilson will also be pretty fun considering that he's made himself a hero again. Yelena. I'm actually quite excited to see Florence Pugh back, but I think I gotta put her in B. Out of all the characters coming back, I think she will have the least to do compared to someone like Bucky or Bob. She isn't overpowered enough to deal with Doctor Doom, but she's developed enough to have enough lines in the room for you to actually notice her. Next up is Winter Soldier. I might have put him in A, but I like that. I like how him and Steve are looking at each other. You can kind of tell I'm getting tired. Oh, but this is the final character, so here we go. Bucky. Sebastian Stan absolutely is one of the best castings in the MCU, because Bucky is amazing. I think I might like Bucky a bit more than Captain America at some points, but his journey has kind of come to an end to a point that I think he might die in this film, especially with Sebastian Stan being cast in the Batman Part 2, which I did a video on, but I'm excited to see him, Sam Wilson, Captain America, all join forces again. Yeah, other than that, Bucky overall won't do much in the film. He'll be a side character used as muscle, but with that being said, that is the end of the video. Now, thank you guys for watching. I recorded this all in one sitting. Sometimes I try and break up my video so that the recording sounds a bit more nicer over time, but I'm overall tired. I just did this all in one sitting because I wanted to get this video out to you guys. If you're excited to see Avengers Doomsday, don't think one of these characters are going to have so much development in the film that you're really excited to see them, or I didn't put one of your favorite characters up in S tier. Remembering this is my list and this is overall excitement to see them come back, which for some of these characters, I'm not excited to see them come back. The only three that I'm really excited to see is Cyclops, Nightcrawler, and Thor. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to see more from me, I have other tier lists on my channel now with Hamilton tier list of the characters and Stranger Things where I picked out the top 30 characters from the show. If you want to see more, comment down below what group of characters should I do next. I have a planned one for Shrek. I have planned ones for other Broadway musicals or TV shows. Just comment it down below. I'll get to it eventually. But with that being said, this is Movie Nerd signing off.